Hey guys, what's up? This is Jason. This is What's Rime Berta. Rime Berta is a tactical RPG reminiscent of Final Fantasy Tactics and Disgaea. I wouldn't really compare it to those two, but that's what I'm talking about when I mean tactical RPG. Rime Berta is a game by Nexoft, which is a company. It's an indie game studio in Japan. Mostly the games that come over are translated games that were made for the Japanese market. So these aren't huge games by this company, and they have a couple games, and they're all well, they feel indie, but they're very classic feeling. Um, I guess we've got a cutscene popping up here. But yeah, as you can see, it's kind of a 2.5D top-down RPG. Videos in Japanese, but it's translated in English. Anyway, I'm gonna get into the game once this is done loading. I put in probably about 2.5 hours or so into it. Pretty much, it's a first impression look at it, and we'll just continue from my current game. What makes this game stand out is it has a lot of classes. Like how Sky has a ton of classes. The way the class system works is, for instance, I have a thief right here, and then go into class change, and then you can choose 3 different classes. It's from an archer to a thief to whatever this is, and you have to get level 5 attack, level 5 swift movement, level 5 sleep better. Once you get all these skills leveled to that point, learned and leveled, then you can change into whatever this class is, or this one, and it sort of keeps going. I just leveled this one from a magician to sorceress, and then you can change to other things. There's a lot of different classes. All the skills level up on use, and you gain experience through combat, obviously, from attacking to killing. And you can't really have any overpowered units, at least from what I've noticed. Like in Sky, you can pretty much own the entire game with one guy if you use it. But it's a little more balanced than that. There's things that balance it out by your skills. You get this amount of casts per battle, so you can only cast Thunder Spirit 12 times, and Starfall 5 times, and Water Spirit 8 times, and there's a lot of enemies that you fight, so you definitely need to have multiple people in your party. And this is your party setup. Let's put some people in my group. I got a healer here, another mage, my thief, and these guide characters, which are like kind of guardians, like really strong units that do different things but can't level up. I don't know if they have any other special talents or anything outside of that. There's no equipment system, so you don't have any equipment to buy or equip, which is probably a negative in the game. And but there's also fusion, which what it does is lets you directly take the base parameters of one of your units and add it to another one, and you can do that 30 times per unit. So you can make your guys really strong if you deem so, and then you have skill enhancements, which are these things. Increases your attributes based off the skills that you have, and you can equip and unequip things. There's passive and actives, and yeah, this game definitely has the skills, and the level system is very good in the game. I really like the leveling system in this game. And the art style is okay. The music's okay. The biggest drawback is the world map, which is this. You're climbing a tower. This is the first stage here, and then after you beat the world, it takes you up to the next floor, which is this. It's the same thing. It just that's a big problem to me. The world map is very dull. They really needed to make that a lot more interesting looking, and the stage design is also kind of dull. I'll do level 1. It's a quick stage. I'll show you that, and then we'll do one of the later stages. I'll show you that. So this is the map. It's very reminiscent of Final Fantasy Tactics or Tactics Ogre maybe, but the textures are very bland, and there's not really a lot to the aesthetics are not there. The action menus are not too bad for what it is. You get used to it right away. At first, it's a little bit clicky. Yeah, you have a lot of clicking to do. But after you play for a little bit, they pretty much balance it out best as they could for what it is, and you start to get used to the things. It's pretty quick. It's not too bad after you get used to the controls. And there's not really anything else they could have done to make it too much better, aside from the camera controls. I mean, they're even good, but sometimes the terrain gets in the way and it gets hard to select your guys, and you're fumbling with the controls. Aside from that, it's not too bad. Let's move my healer up. You take more damage and are easier to hit on the direction you're facing. Like a lot of the more classic ones, if someone hits you from the side, you'll be more vulnerable. The back, same thing. And your classes, there aren't any major like classes that are stronger against other classes. They all seem kind of able to hold their own. The ones that are combat classes, at least. And I haven't found any class that's too OP. I tried to use one character just to see if I could make it OP, and it didn't happen. I leveled her up to level 10, fighting level 1 enemies, and the strength difference between my level 10 and my level like 3 wasn't enormous. I mean, it was enough to merit. Oh, wrong spell. Oh well. It was enough to merit like adding a level up, but all right, who needs to go? Let's see if I can attack you enough to kill you. She's pretty weak. Ah, good. And but the level system is I think the level system's fine, to be honest. It's just the combat is very bland. That's the biggest thing. The maps are very bland and the combat is very bland. Let's do water sphere. This will finish it off. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, this is pretty much how all of the at the end of every stage you can get a new character that you can add to your party, depending on what you fought. So we'll do one of the later missions now, and you'll see there's like almost no variation except for train height in the missions. I haven't even done this mission, so there might be some. Yeah, we're gonna skip the plot. There's cutscenes between some of the missions, so this is the variance. You've got hills and you've got mountains and stuff, but there's not really much that like affects. I haven't seen any water or anything that like slows. There's terrain doesn't really seem to matter for the most part. We're just gonna end turn. There's no terrain effects or anything that you have to take into consideration. Albeit this is early access. Well, this is a beta, so it might change, but it probably won't. What kind of value do I think this game might have? I think it probably has maybe a $9.99 price point. It might be worth buying it for $10 if you like tactical RPGs, real grindy ones. But I don't think this would be able to hold its own on the market for very long with anything higher than like $10. But below that, I mean, $10 is probably the right price point for this. If they try and charge more for it, I don't think it's worth it. But there's a lot of classes that you can get, and there's a lot of skills that you can get. Let's retreat. There's a lot of skills and abilities. The things that are missing in this game that really are detrimental to it is the fact that there's not really a world map. This map thing here is just basically a stage map, and it's not very immersive at all. And then the train, there's no train effects and the inventory system. Those are three things that kind of are necessary in a world post to Sky. You kind of have to have some of those things in your game. I mean, this guy is probably the prime example of a really good, um, maybe I'm not going to say good, a really deep system-based tactical RPG. Um, and in my opinion, Tactics is the best tactical RPG ever made. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, so this is Rime Berta, and I'll put a link to the stores page in the description if you want to buy this. And yeah, so if you're curious, check it out. If not, I mean, it's no sweat. So anyway, thanks guys for watching. This is Jay Zen. See you next time.